In this video we are going to study about magnetic field on the axis of a current carrying coil. We will have a circular coil in here, and let us make the axis first. These are your x, y and z axis, and the coil is kept on the z axis, on the yz plane. So it will be like this. Circular coil, its center at O, and it has a radius r, and let us say that this coil is placed in yz field. That means that this coil is, if suppose let us say that this is the coil, then this coil is not like this. It is not kept like this. It is kept in yz plane. Yz plane is the perpendicular plane. Z axis is like this, perpendicular to x and y axis. So this plane will be like this. So this ring is kept here like this, and we have to, and the current is flowing in this ring. Let us say in this direction, in anti-clockwise direction, the current is flowing, and we have to find the magnetic field due to this current carrying coil at some point P. P is on x-axis. So here we take P. If we will use Biot-Savart's law, so we are going to take length element dl. So let us say we take two diametrically opposite length element. Let us say one is this, we call it L dash, M dash, and similarly same type of length element is here, we call it, let us say, L and M. So direction is like this because direction of the length element is in the direction of current. Current is going like this, so L dash, M dash, and then it is going like this, so L, M. So if this is the ring, then here is L dash, at the bottom M dash, then L, and at the top M. So this is the orientation of the coil, and we have to find the magnetic field of these two elements here, and then we will integrate them. So let us say that this is R, and similarly this will also be R. From the center, let the distance of point P be x. Now if these two elements, if these two length elements are considered, and we apply, let us say we apply Biot-Savart's law first on Lm, then we know that by this law dB equals to mu naught upon 4 pi I dl cross r upon r cube. This is the vector form of Biot-Savart's law. We have already discussed it. Now here the direction of dl cross r is important because this will give us the direction of dB. So if you apply right hand thumb rule on this dl cross r, then this will come, your fingers will be in the direction of Lm, and they will come down like this. Direction of the finger will be from here to this, so that the direction of magnetic field will be like this. So direction of magnetic field at point P will be in this way. So this will be the dB vector, and similarly direction of magnetic field due to L dash, M dash, let us say it is dB dash, it will be in this direction. Now if we make axis, y axis on point P also, and we say that this angle dB is making an angle alpha with the y axis, then dB dash will also make the same angle with the y axis. So if this is alpha, this will be alpha, and if this is alpha, this will also be alpha. Now we can divide dB into two rectangular components because we need x and y components for addition and subtraction. We know that it will have a sine component in this direction, so it will be dB sine alpha, and its cos component will be in this direction, dB cos alpha. Similarly, sine component of dB dash will be in this direction only, so it will be the direction of dB dash also, and here it will be dB dash cos alpha. Now as we can see, for two diametrically opposite elements, the cos components of their magnetic field are also opposite, and they are of same magnitude because the same current is flowing and dl is also same. So the magnitude of dB and dB dash is same, so the magnitude of their components will also be same. And since cos components are in opposite direction, they will cancel each other out, and both sine component are in the same direction, so they will add up. Now if we take any other pair of diametrically opposite elements, let us say from one here and one on this edge, then they will also have dB whose cos components will cancel each other, but their sine components will also be in the x direction. So of all the possible elements that we can have on this ring, the sine elements of all those dB will be along the x-axis and the cos components will cancel each other. So if we write this, then we can say if we add all the magnetic fields, then the total magnetic field of this coil at point P will be equal to mu naught I upon 4 pi summation of dl cross r upon r cube. Now if we remove the vector notation here, then this can be written as mu naught I 4 pi summation of dl sine alpha upon r square. R will get cancelled, one r will get cancelled in the form of magnitude. So this is what we'll have. Now from the triangle PO and this triangle, this point, in this triangle, sine alpha is given as perpendicular by hypotenuse. So we can say that sine alpha is capital R upon small r. So if we put here in place of sine alpha, then this B will become this. So r cube, it is a constant because the P is equidistant from all the elements, so r cube is a constant, it can be taken out. Capital R is also same, so it can be taken out also, so it will be, and what is remaining inside the summation is dl. So we are adding all the length elements of the circular coil. So if we add all the length elements, we will get nothing but the area, circumference of the coil, so it will be equal to 2 pi r. So we can write B equals to mu naught IR upon 4 pi r cube into 2 pi r. R is the radius, radius is capital R, so it will be like this. So we can write it like this. Now from this triangle, if this is a right triangle, we can apply Pythagoras theorem here. If we apply Pythagoras theorem on this triangle, then r square will be equal to capital R square plus x square, or r will be equal to root of this. We substitute it here, then it will be equal to like this. So the power in the denominator will be 3 by 2. So it can be written as the power 3 by 2. So this is the main form of the magnetic field due to current carrying coil at point P. You can have another form. Instead of, if we do not cancel 2 pi and 4 pi here, then in the numerator we will have quantity pi r square, and that pi r square can be written as the area of the coil. And if the coil, I will also write it, if we do not cancel 2 pi, then it will be mu naught I upon 4 pi 2 into pi r square, and the denominator will be r square plus x square 3 by 2. So according to the questions given, we can use any of the form, all they are all same. Now this pi r square will be equal to area of the coil. If there are, let us say, if instead of one coil there are n number of coils, then we will multiply this by n, so we will get 2n pi r square. The net direction will be towards x-axis, because all the components will be towards x-axis and they will be added up. So let us study some special cases. There are some special cases of this. Now first is when P is at center of coil. Now let us look at the diagram again. If point P is at the center of the coil, that means the x will become equal to 0. So if we rewrite the formula of B that we just derived, then it will be B mu naught upon 4 pi 2in for n number of coil pi r square, and in the denominator it was r square plus x square 3 by 2, and x will be 0 if P is at the center. So we will have r square to the power 3 by 2. 2 will get cancelled, and in the denominator we will have r cube. R square and r cube will get cancelled, and in the numerator we will be left with only 1 r. This will be like this if P is at the center of the coil. Another special case is P is very far from the coil. If it is very far, then x will be very greater than the radius of the coil. So that means the value of r square will be negligible in front of the value of x square, and we can ignore this value of r square. Then in that case, B will become mu naught upon 4 pi 2in pi r square. In the denominator, capital R square will be ignored, and we will get x to power 3 x cube. Now if P is at a distance, there is another case that must be given in your textbooks, that P is at distance equal to r by 2. So that means x will be equal to r by 2, and if you substitute this here, then you will get another form of P. So there can be many forms, it depends on the question which one we will use. So the most important thing here is to understand the Biot-Savart's law. Application of Biot-Savart's law is easy, but the most important thing is the direction of dB dash and dB, and this will be given by the right hand rule which we use to get the direction of cross products or vector products.